Hi, this is Lance Christensen, your candidate for California State Superintendent of Public Instruction. I'm on your June 7th primary ballot, and I hope that I can get your support. Please vote for me. If you want to find more about my platform and my bio, please go to my website, lancechristensen.com, LanceChristenscn.com, and you can find more about what I believe should be the focus of our education system in California. I'm running for the state superintendent of public instruction because as a father of 5 who's been happily married for 22 years, I know that education can change the world. It can produce incredible citizens and workers for the 21st century. It can also produce confident adults that create and make wonderful families. And that's what I desire to do. And it doesn't happen in Sacramento. In fact, education begins and ends in the home. Your education policy is yours, and you as a parent should be highly involved in what decisions happen with your children because every kid is different. I know that. As a father of 5, my youngest is not like my oldest or my middle, and the others are all different, and you probably have the same experience. If you're not a parent or don't have kids within the school system, you might wonder why. Why do I care about the superintendent of public instruction? Well, I'll tell you, everything in the state revolves around education. If you deal with issues of truancy or crime, illiteracy, your businesses aren't working, you can't get people to work for you because they don't know how to read or count change, or maybe they don't know how to organize their lives accordingly. A good education in the state of California will produce a lot of incredible people in our future and citizens that will be people we can be proud of, let alone the great advances in innovations in science and math and architecture and engineering. There are so many opportunities when we have a functional public school system, and right now we do not. Right now, the state of California ranks 50th in literacy. Our 8th graders are doing 5th grade math, and 3 out of every 4 kids that graduate high school can't read well enough to attend community college and have to take remediation classes. That should be shameful for anybody who looks at California as it once used to be, the premier education system in the world. I want to make it that again, but I want to do that by adding parents back into the education equation. It won't happen with more programs from Sacramento or a new fangled or faddish curriculum. It will happen because parents take control of the state's education system. And that's what I'm here to do. I have 20 years of education experience, both in the classroom as a 4th grade instructor and also as Vice President of Education Policy and Government Affairs at the California Policy Center. I've done lots of things in education on the community level, on different committees and advisory boards, and also as the Vice President of my high school's booster club. I know what it's like to be involved and to understand, but I also understand there's a lot of parents that feel like they aren't involved and can't be involved. I want to change that. So if elected, the superintendent has lots of powers and authorities, and one of those is I would actually appoint a chief parent advocate, somebody who can help facilitate challenges and problems that parents have with their kids in their schools. Make sure they know that they're heard, and that if there's ways we can help them, we will. Otherwise, we'll redirect them back to their school districts with tools and resources necessary to make them successful. 2, I want to make sure that we have a kids first audit of our Department of Education, the bureaucracy, and the budget. Any program that's not focused or prioritizing our children should be reevaluated, and if resources have to be placed elsewhere, then we'll do so. And then I'd like to invite all the current school board trustees throughout the state and all of our superintendents who are wonderful people working really hard for the benefit of our kids. I'd invite them to a summit in Sacramento, and we'd have a conversation about what's going on in their school districts and their concerns, the problems or challenges they have, especially as those mandates and restrictions that come from Sacramento. We talk about our constitutional and statutory authorities, both at the state level and at the local level. And inasmuch as I can relinquish or give back any sort of authority, power, or resources to the locals, I'll do it. In fact, I'm going to ask that local elected officials, school board trustees, and superintendents take a more assertive role in their kids' education. I want them to be held accountable because parents know where to go when they need help. And it shouldn't have to be to Sacramento or to the legislature every time they feel like they're not being listened to. So I look forward to your support. On June 7th, it's the only nonpartisan race in the state. And because of that, at the constitutional level, if everybody votes for me and I get 50% plus one of the vote, I can win it outright in June. So the urgency is now. Tell your friends and family. And again, LanceChristensen.com for State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Thank you very much.